Well, good morning. It is transfer deadline day. I was up when this news broke at like 1 in the morning, but I was too shattered to come on and say anything about it. It's the news a lot of us have been thinking was going to happen. Is the ISAK deal has finally been done? 125 million up front with an extra 5 million in add-ons is what it's appearing to be like. How do I feel about this? Um, I'm happy it's done. First of all, it's a 6-year deal, so he's going to decide he wants to go to Real Madrid after 3 years. So good luck, Liverpool. Then just stop playing. Um, Basically, how do I feel about this? I'm happy it's done. I'm not happy at the fee. I'm not happy about the way it's all gone down. At the end of the day, he is not worth the price he's gone for. The way he's gone about it is completely wrong. Um, we have just over half a day now, just over 12 hours, to basically sign a replacement for Wilson, which I'm thinking is going to be Strand Larson. I don't want it to be Wissa. The Wissa situation is a bit weird. He's came out on social media, basically said there's been like loads of statements and stuff saying why he should be entitled to leave. He said he's actually got it in writing that he'll be like to go over like certain things like say Champions League football, certain price, all of that stuff. That is slightly different to the Isak situation. He's only got 12 months of his contract. He plays for Brentford, obviously. He wants Champions League football. I get that. It's still not good. The whole way he's gone around this. The Isak situation is completely wrong from all angles. He's just disrespected the club, disrespected the team. He's got a fee that is much lower than what it should be. Just to go through some of this, of some transfer fees, which is basically just the Premier League. As you can see here, obviously Coutinho back in the 17-18 season, the season after this was the season we came back into the Premier League when we were down the Championship for one season, actually, the one before that. Or was it? No, it was 2015-2016 season, wasn't it? Is it? Okay, so that's 2 seasons afterwards. God, my bloody brain, I think. Yeah. But look at the values. Obviously, this is in euros, so I'll quickly just put euro. Let's see exactly how much. Do you know what? I really wish this website will have a way to swap it into pounds. If it does, I've got no idea how to do it. Right, so let's say 135. That is 117 million pounds. I'll put. We'll do 130 million. Just it's about 150 million euros. That's with the add-ons. And then without the add-ons, it is 140, just over 144 million. So the inflation price, that's crazy that's only a little bit more than that. Obviously, you're trying to look at the some of the players recent times. Obviously, Florian Wirtz that went to Liverpool this season. Yeah, that's why a lot of Newcastle fans are very annoyed at this, because it's only the price of that. It's only a little bit more than Wirtz, and it's a complete different style of player that's going to score goals. Obviously, Enzo, incredibly expensive. Chelsea's kind of been done a little bit in that deal. He's got a bit better though recently. Hazard, yeah. Obviously, Grealish with his release clause back in the day. And Declan Rice, same. 100 mil in pounds. And Moises Caicedo, same. See, this is the issue is, you see a lot of these forwards nowadays go for these sort of prices that is incredibly expensive. The market is stupid. It's become a lot of player power. There's too much player power in the game. To say Isak's just disrespected the club the way he has, I'm happy. Do you know what? Literally, as a Newcastle fan, and same with every other Newcastle fan, how he has been for us, that he's got us in the Champions League 2 seasons out of the last 3. Well, being a big part of that. Obviously, we secured a cup, the League Cup during that. It's tainted his reputation on the club. That's the problem. Whereas now we're going to be scrambling to find a replacement, because we can't go into the season with Nick Voltemada and Will Asula. Asula's not prolific. He still needs time there's been some apparently interest that's coming today from Aston Villa for Willisula. So who knows? Even he could be going at this point. We can't rely on an international Bundesliga striker, which has a very high ceiling. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy we have him. He has so much potential, but he needs his talents to be nurtured, because all we're away from, bear in mind we have Champions League football, is one injury and we're just screwed. The entire season's screwed from top to bottom. So we need a backup striker that's good. Whether that'll be a Strand Larsen, Wisser if it has to be, which, like I said, I prefer it not to be, just because of his behaviour as well. I don't appreciate that either. But someone like, say, John Larsen's probably looking to be the favourite, because we came in with an increased bid just before we got the Nick Voltemada bid accepted as well. So I feel like that's a high possibility. And we could also do with looking for some, even a more of an Asian striker that's a bit more prolific and stuff. It's going to be an interesting end to this transfer window. I think there's definitely going to be movement within our club. We're definitely going to be getting another striker. If not, I am slightly worried about our season. But if we do get someone in, I think we could still have a very good season, because we're strengthened everywhere. Just a striker role is a bit of a problem, and that is one of the most key important parts of the pitch. Well, let's see how it goes. Obviously, it's transfer deadline day, so there's going to be a lot of movements. The amount of money that's being moved around in the Premier League this transfer season has been astronomically huge. There's been nothing like this by a far mile. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm sure I'll be back on later with any updates. Oh, before we go, this has finally happened. Got Gigi Donnarumma is going to Man City. Well, shit. That is an unbelievable deal. I'm slightly worried, because that solves the keeper situation. I mean, obviously they brought James Trafford in, and now James Trafford's probably going to be on the bench a lot, or just... Well, I know Donnarumma does a lot of cup matches, like, say, Champions League and all stuff like that, and he's very experienced in that way, so I don't know if Trafford might still play some Premier League, and then Donnarumma gets to do the Champions League while he embeds in. But this is why Donnarumma should have came to us. Not Donnarumma, sorry. James Trafford should have came to us. So have a quick look through Fabrizio Romano, see if there's any new updates and stuff. So 1 minute ago, discussion between Jadon Sancho to Aston Villa. That was interesting. I'm a big fan of Jadon Sancho. I've always said this. I think he has a very high ceiling. I think the time under Man United was a bit weird. Because every single player was just doing terrible then. Same under Chelsea. It was a weird one there. I think he played okay. He had some moments, but obviously since Dortmund, he's never been back at that level. And then also, I don't know if you saw this, when Villa finished their game, there was a interview with Good Evening. And Unai Emery, and basically all he did was just repeat his goalkeeper's name. Is it Bizet? Is that the keeper's name? But all he kept on doing is repeating the keeper's name every time Emi Martinez was brought up. So I think Emi Martinez is going. Which is going to be interesting if he does go to Man United. Actually, could be interesting. That would change Man United's quite a bit. So yeah, there you go. He's going to have his medical. Alex Jimenez has got a new contract at Bournemouth from AC Milan. Don't really know too much on him. Here's another one that I did see. Sunderland is getting Giratudia from Leipzig. I don't really know much about him. He's a centre back with a loan fee. I'm presuming that loan fee is probably just his wages, and then an option to buy. That's these type of deals are the best ones clubs can get, because you don't have an obligation to buy. If he does well, you will be buying him. It's unbelievable business that I think doesn't really happen as much anymore. So very good for Sunderland. They've had actually a very good transfer window. I do hope they stay up. They've started the season strong. 6 points in 3 games, I'm pretty sure it is. So it's an interesting one. Yeah, well, either way, I mean, we could go through this for ages. There's bloody loads of stuff that's going to be popping off all day. But either way, we will. Oh, Anthony to Real Betis is back on. So there was the deal that Anthony had the other day. He basically pulled out because I think he said he didn't want the wages, so he ended up not going through. So hopefully that's going to go through now, all with a 50% sell-on clause. That's crazy. That is actually insane. To be fair, I mean, obviously, I think they've lost a lot of money on him in general, but yeah, interesting, very interesting that. Either way, I'm sure I'll be back on later with some more transfer updates, probably more towards Newcastle. This is going to be obviously nice to be actually finished and we can just focus on our season because it had such a downer on our entire pre-season. I think it's affected a lot of the players, it's affected a lot of the staff, but now this is gone. It's disgusted the player power that this has caused. It's kind of shown that you can just do this and force yourself a move and get the club less money, disrespect the fans and everything. So he's going to get a terrible reception when we play him at St James's Park in next year. It's going to be very interesting. But either way, guys, it's been an interesting start to the transfer day. We've finally got that finished, so all we can do is just focus on getting a striker in, and we'll see where we go. My bets is going to be Strand Larsen. Like, subscribe, and peace.